So I've been mulling over this idea, this concept for a base that's completely different than anything I've ever seen anyone do before. When we started the Creators Paradise SMP, we really wanted to focus on two things. Number one, good vibes, just have a good time, hang out, enjoy getting to play with the other creators that we also watch. And number two, we wanted to avoid lawn bases wherever possible. We wanted our bases to not only just look cool and be aesthetic, but also add to the lore of the server. There are a couple great examples of this. This right here may not be finished, but this is Big Jim's base. You can tell he is focused a lot on create, and oh my goodness, is it aesthetic and looks awesome. The man clearly knows how to build bases. This is Cryptex's base. You might see a couple things scattered around and go, oh, this is a lawn base. But once you descend into the depths, it becomes very clear that he has spent an incredible amount of time building some aesthetic into his base, because not only is everything relatively organized, there's also just glass that you can walk over. Like, we're adding to the build constantly. I, on the other hand, took a break over the holidays and currently have this as my base. So before I go any further into this mod pack, I want to actually rectify this first. I want to create a base that technically doesn't exist. This is a nether portal. The nether exists technically because this exists. If there was no way to get to the nether would technically not exist. Right? Even if it's a part of the game, if there is physically no way to get there, then on a technicality, kind of is irrelevant, doesn't exist. But before I go any further, I want you to leave a comment down in the comment section below, giving me your guess. I want to know what you think I'm going to end up doing to place my entire base in a separate dimension that no one can get to, so that technically, as far as anyone else is concerned, it doesn't exist. Leave your guess in the comment section below, and if you're the first person to actually get it right, I'll pin your comment at the top. So I started mulling over the concept of how to create a base in a dimension that only I can get to. The easiest way to do that in my head initially was compact machines. The downside to compact machines is technically that entire dimension is packed within a single block. So technically, it does exist. Now, in order to actually get into this compact machine, we need one of these personal shrinking devices. Now, these are not inherently difficult to make. It's just going to take a couple of the other things that we already have around. We need some sticky pistons and some weighted pressure plates. So there we go. We now have a personal shrinking device. So how this works is if you place down your compact machine and you right click it with your personal shrinking device, it teleports you inside of this compact machine here. Now, my understanding is that this is the colossal one, so this should be, I believe, the biggest that you can get. Now, it may not seem like much now, but trust me, we are going to turn this thing into something crazy. To leave, all you do is right click your personal shrinking device again, and it'll let you outside of the compact machine. So what I want to start with doing is we go inside the compact machine. We're going to place down a waystone. We're going to title this waystone John's Home. We're going to save it. We're going to head back to my original home, which is also named the exact same thing. That won't be complicated at all. Then I want to break this compact machine. Pick it up. Have it in my inventory now. Can I still go back to that exact same place? I can. So technically, this right here only exists if you have the waystone. That is the only way to get in here. You cannot break out of the walls. There is no other way to get to this location unless you have the waystone. So technically speaking, this base would not exist to anybody else if I were to build in here. However, that seems kind of like cheating. That seems a little bit too easy. So what I do want to do is have this compact machine placed down somewhere in the world. However, I'm not going to tell you where. Now, if you're on the server, don't leave a comment because I told some of y'all what exactly happened. It was the first death that I had on the server. But for everybody else, I would really like to see your guesses on exactly where this is hidden. And I'm super curious if anyone else on the server can find it and can get to it. So we were able to do exactly what I wanted to and move everything into here for now. Now, ideally, what I think I'm going to do long term is use several compact machines that are all accessible specifically through this one compact machine for different things. So for instance, we'll probably have an AE2 one where we actually build our full quantum computer and our assembler matrix. We'll have one for storage where we have a big storage wall. Our AE2 connects there. But I'm going to be using this one here as like my central hub. Everything important will run through here. I'll probably have an additional one where I put up a whole bunch of the nitro reactors and have some automation going to feed those automatically. But for now, we have, other than the shrine that I built to the Infinipiggy, completely removed almost any trace that I have existed here at all. I'm going to sleep real quick and then we're going to finish cleaning all of this up. Use a little bone meal here to spruce up the place. And then as soon as nature finishes taking its course on the dirt I placed, and I finish cleaning up the holes that Cryptix has left, and the chair that he left, I feel like I actually am leaving this home base better than I found it. It's prettier, there's more grass, more aesthetic. The only thing we're gonna leave is a single sign, then take the waystone with us, so that way it's not polluting the environment. And we leave our beautiful, absolutely gorgeous monument to the Infinite Ham. And we leave the perfect site for a starter home base. Now, I wasn't sure exactly where to put the waystone, because the waystone's kind of where I plan on getting into my base for most of the time. However, I felt like it was perfect if I place it at spawn, that way everybody can TP to spawn whenever they want to. All I have to do, come in here, go to the waystone that does not exist, and poof, I'm in my base. Now, like we talked about, my plan going forward is to, first of all, create a bunch more compact machines so that we can start moving everything that I tore down and put in the ME system or that I have here into its own separate organized compact machine. Once we are done with that, we have all the compacting machines set up, we've got everything organized, our plan is to go through and make this room super aesthetic. I plan on putting probably a little cottage, a little river going through. We're going to put a whole bunch of grass down. This is going to be basically like a vacation home. However, the first step in getting there was to completely make the base disappear. And I think we have done a phenomenal job of that. Now, like we talked about, that compact machine does exist in a dimension that is accessible by everyone. So if you're interested, or you have a guess, or you'd like to pester somebody to go look for something specifically, feel free, go check out one of their streams. All of their information is going to be linked down in the description below, and all of them have access to where this compact machine is. Now, I will say, I did hide a couple decoys. There are a couple compact machines that do exist in the world that do not point to my home. But just to give you a little bit of an idea, possibly a hint of exactly what I was thinking when I was hiding the compact machine, here's what I tried to do first. If you take a mining dimension portal, place it down, go to the mining dimension. My first death in this game was caused by coming into the mining dimension, being all the way down here at bedrock, typing /home, and then typing /back. You'll notice this puts you under the bedrock in the mining dimension. So my first thought from where I was hiding this was to place it on the bottom. However, this is under the build limit. You're not allowed to place blocks here. That was my first thought. Hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of a hint. Again, feel free to leave your guesses down below and let me know what you think I should do in my main base to make it super aesthetic. Again, we're kind of competing, not necessarily competing, but kind of competing against Big Jim and the Voos here as far as who can build the most aesthetic base. I don't know if y'all have seen my bases before, but I'm not exactly a super creative or aesthetic builder, and we certainly have the competition stacked against us. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, hit me with those comments. Don't forget, you're special. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.